Whenever I'm eager for praise, verse 50, whenever I'm eager for praise, have the desire to blame others, whenever I have the wish to speak harshly and cause dispute, at all such times, I should remain like a piece of wood. Interesting, huh? Because we often feel like doing these things and then we do it. You know, किसी ने हमको कुछ बोला, मैं ज़रूर बोलूँगा, मैं तो 10 शब्द बोलूँगा वापस. Shantideva is saying no. Whenever I desire material gain, honor, fame, whenever I seek servants or a circle of friends, when in my mind I wish to be served by others, at all these times I should remain like a piece of wood. Whenever I have the wish to decrease or to stop working for others and the desire to pursue my welfare alone, if motivated by such thinking a wish to say something occurs, at these times I should remain like a piece of wood. Matlab is saying whatever you do should actually be motivated by wishing to help others, not just yourself. When you're just thinking selfishly, then he's saying shut up, stay like a piece of wood. Not easy. Whenever I have the wish, I should not be disheartened by the whims, by the foolish activities of childish people who are in discord with one another. I should know them to arise in their minds due to disturbing conceptions and therefore be kind towards them. For example, if one gets angry with fire, say one's very young, you get angry with fire because it burns you, then that would be considered a sign of immaturity or being too young, being foolish. When we realize what fire is, then we know it has the nature to burn. We don't get angry with it, but we use it carefully. Also, when people behave badly, we realize it's just their nature due to causes and conditions. Temporary causes and conditions in their mind have made them behave badly. So why should I be upset? I should be kind towards people who are actually like crazy elephants. This is what Shantideva is saying now. Uncontrolled mind is like and worse than a crazy elephant. So how can I not feel kindness towards such people who are in such trouble? It's like a doctor feeling sad for a patient who's really sick. Doctor doesn't get angry with a very sick person. A good doctor gets more concerned. So we should see other people who are behaving badly as crazy elephants, dominated by causes and conditions, which are temporary. They don't last forever. This is one of the great things Shantideva says, which is there in Buddhism. Everything has causes and conditions. That's why people behave the way they do. It's not a personal conspiracy against us. This is how the world is. This is how people's minds are, dominated by conditioning, causes, conditions. It's almost like they're a slave. They are a slave of those things at that moment. It's like, in modern India, parents and children have their own forms of slavery. Parents are very often the slave of wanting to get their children married by a certain age. If you're a daughter in certain communities and you're not married by 20, 22, 23, then the father is going frantic. ये सब गांव वाले हमको गाली दे रहे हैं, मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं. I've actually experienced people telling me that, friends in Bihar, कि अरे, saying why do you have to get your daughter married now? अरे गांव में लोग छोड़ते नहीं हैं. कितना खर्च करना है? 2-3 लाख. पैसा है? नहीं है. लेकिन गांव वाले तंग कर रहे हैं. Okay, So people are so conditioned by foolishness, actually, kind of a foolish tradition, negative emotions, and then putting so much pressure on people, and then people commit suicide, or have to go and steal, or whatever, to get the money. So once we understand that, we can feel compassion for people who are caught up like slaves. Then of course what we do about it, that's another matter. Can I do anything about it? That we have to check, but at least we can understand other people are behaving like crazy elephants. Matlab, their mind is out of control. They are not seeing clearly. They are not thinking compassionately. So you have to feel sorry for them. They're like someone with fever, right? Does it make sense? Then in verse 69, I skipped 12 verses. Now having paid my body its wages, matlab I've given it food, drink, clothing, and then I tell it to shut up. Now I must engage in making my life meaningful. मतलब शरीर को दे दो जो शरीर को चाहिए, ज़रूरी है, लेकिन because one's a human being, now make your life meaningful. तोते, परिंदे, कुत्ते भी अपना खाना खाते हैं, सोते हैं, गर्मी में ठंडा जगह खोजते हैं, ठंड में गर्म जगह खोजते हैं. Why should I just be like that? I'm more than an animal. Now I should make my life meaningful. But if my body is of no benefit, then I shall not give it anything. He's kind of talking. He's saying if my body is not doing anything beneficial, then I'm going to discipline it. I'm not going to give it food and drink. I'm only going to give my body food and drink if it promises to do things. It's like a dialogue. He's saying how we kind of waste resources by giving our body all these things. I mean, think about it. How much tail, how much toothpaste, how much food have we used for this body up to now? And even if you're young, it wouldn't fill this room how much we have given. And what have we got in return? We're not even satisfied. We're not happy. And if we count on our fingers how many people in our life have we really helped and made happy, we won't be able to find anyone. And then if we count how many people we have made unhappy or really deliberately made unhappy, sometimes people can't help be made unhappy because of their own problems, but how many people have I deliberately made unhappy due to my own negative mind? We might find quite a few people. So what's the point of all that food and drink, toothpaste, oil? Shantideva himself says at one point, what's the purpose of my life if all it was giving my mother the pain of giving birth to me? माँ को इतना तकलीफ हुआ हमको पैदा देते समय, क्या यही हमारा जीवन का मतलब है? Is that all? दूसरों को तकलीफ देना? What am I going to do with my life? How can I make it meaningful? I should conceive of my body as a boat, a mere support for coming and going. And in order to benefit all others, I must transform it into a wish-fulfilling body. Wonderful. He's saying, your body is just like a boat for coming and going, but what you must do is make your mind such, that you transform your body and all your actions into something that benefits other people as much as you can. Wish-fulfilling body. दूसरों के आशाएं ये सब पूरे होते हैं आपसे मिलकर. You can help others in many ways. जिसको प्रेम चाहिए उनको प्रेम दिखाओ, जिनको दवा चाहिए उनको दवा दो, जिनको सुझाव चाहिए उनको सुझाव दीजिए, जिनको पैसा चाहिए उनको पैसा दीजिए. However you can help others. जिनको धर्म चाहिए उनको धर्म दीजिए. People who need to be डांटोट उनको डांटना भी है, लेकिन प्रेम के साथ, है ना? Like a good mother. माँ यही करती है. Good mother. She scolds the child when the child is being stupid. One has to. Otherwise the child keeps on being stupid. That's no help. Gets into bad habits. So now, while there is freedom to act, I should always present a smiling face, cease to frown and look angry. I should be a friend and a counsel of the world. When talking, I should speak from my heart and on what is relevant, making the meaning clear and the speech pleasing. I should not speak out of desire or hatred, but in gentle tones and in moderation. When beholding someone with my eyes, thinking, I shall fully awaken through depending upon this being, I should look at that person with an open heart and love. Beautiful words. Matlab there is that I can only awaken and become a Buddha by loving and caring for everybody. So therefore everybody is precious. I cannot leave out one person. So Shantideva is saying, whenever you look at anybody, you should think, due to the kindness of this person, I will be able to become a Buddha, fully awakened person. Because if I neglect this person, then I can't become a fully awakened person. Because a fully awakened person has love and compassion for everybody. You see the logic? You can't say, oh, I'm going to become a fully awakened person with great love and compassion, but this person I'm not going to love. It's meaningless. You think there were great saints who left out even one person? They have to include everyone in their love. They can't say, oh, I don't like this person because blah, blah, blah. No. Well, there are reasons why they love everyone. They have trained their minds. They understand why it is meaningful to love everybody. It's not just some thought they had, oh, let's love everybody. No, they deeply understand why, and they do. So the defining characteristic of guarding alertness, verse 108, or this introspection, is, in brief, is only this. And this is the essence of Buddhist practice, I would say. And Dalai Lama said this is the essence of any dharma practitioner from any religion should be doing this. What? To examine again and again the condition of my body and mind. Matlab, what am I doing? What is my mouth doing? What is my feet and hands doing? What is my mind doing right now? Isn't it? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it useful? Is it selfish? Is it not selfish? Is it meaningful? Is it meaningless? It's a big task. It means not just do it half an hour a day. It means throughout the day we should be doing this. No point being half an hour, 1 hour a good person at Tushita, then going out and mind is out of control. Therefore, I shall put this way of life into actual practice. For what can I achieve by merely talking about it? Will a sick person be benefited merely by reading the medical texts? सही बात है ना? Medical texts पढ़ने से आप ठीक नहीं होंगे. दवाई खाने से ठीक होंगे. So Shantideva is saying this. I have to stop now. Usually I go on till 1:30 or something. But today I have to meet a very dear old friend who's coming to help us in our project in Bodh Gaya, Bihar. One of the ex-directors of Root Institute. Very nice Dutchman who's coming back to help a bit. So he's staying at an airport, at a hotel near the airport. I'll go and see him. So I'm very grateful to all of you. Stay in touch with Tushita, please. Big event coming up on 11th December. 11th December, Sunday. Keep it in your diary. Dalai Lama Ji is coming to speak in Delhi, invited by us at the Ashoka Hotel. You don't need a pass to get in, but you do need to get there on time. So I recommend by 12 late. We've said 12:30, but better to get there by 12 o'clock to get a seat. Convention Hall, Ashoka Hotel. 1 p.m. it will start. 11th December. So if you can come, please come. Dalai Lama speaking on compassion and secular ethics in the modern world. He's putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that you don't have to be a particular religious person as such, but you have to practice ethics and compassion in this world today. You don't have to say, oh, I'm a good Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, blah, blah, blah. You have to be a good human being. Anyway, let's see what he has to say, but this is the basic thing, you know. Compassion and secular ethics in the modern world is the title. 11th December, 1 p.m., Ashoka Hotel Convention Hall. So I hope you don't have exams on a Sunday. Otherwise you tell the examiners, मैं नहीं आ रहा हूँ, दूसरे दिन देंगे. तो हद से ज़्यादा हो गया कि संडे को हमको परेशान कर रहे हैं. हम बचपन से परेशान कर रहे हैं हमको, इस संडे को मत कीजिए. परम पावन जी, दलाई लामा जी बोल रहे हैं कुछ, आप भी आइए. एग्जामिनर को बोलिए, आप भी आइए, आप भी कुछ सीखिए. Isn't it? Any question quickly before we stop, or feedback? Feedback is a good word, huh? Mothers and fathers have fed us so much, we have to feed them back, huh? Big job. Impossible job. You know, when we help someone for 2 minutes, sometimes we want them to say thank you. 2 minutes क्या? 2 सेकंड लगता है किसी को कुछ चीज़ देना. We expect to be thanked. मदर ने कितने मिनट, कितने साल हम लोगों का देखभाल किया. कभी कभी बच्चे धन्यवाद कभी नहीं बोलते हैं, खाली गुस्सा करते हैं. Amazing, huh? कितने सालों तक वो लोग देखभाल करते हैं. Sometimes too much, of course. Sometimes too much. Sometimes they're too interfering. But they've sacrificed. They've sacrificed for the children. Don't you agree? What do you think? Some of you will become mothers and fathers, so then you can see how much it's true or not true. I hope future mothers, fathers will have time for their children, as much time as they have for their smartphones.
Apple. I have a question.
Please.
How do I maintain this?
Maintain what?
The insight which you enlightened me.
Huh?
Like, the thing which you enlightened me with, I want to maintain it, like, because usually it happens like I get the things get in my brain that I should be balanced and everything.
Don't use the word should. Relax and just create a discipline where you have a book or a text or some verses which you like to look at again and again, and make sure you look at it, reflect on it, and begin to meditate on these things regularly. That's the best thing. Don't create an unrealistic regimen that I'm going to do this or that. लेकिन 5-10 मिनट रोज थोड़ा अपना कीजिए. Sit upright, but relaxed, not stiff. Bob, please sit, don't walk around. It's distracting. Bad guy. Bob has a lot of energy. So sometimes we feel very restless. So I do suggest sometimes, if you are a restless kind of person, do some exercise, press-ups or run, something jogging, and then have a shower, then sit. It can be very good. You can feel, your body feels kind of okay, relaxed. That can be helpful. So don't relax your shoulders. Yeah, not like this. Relaxed. Good. Take care. Good enough for now. Head tilted slightly down, slightly, not much, little bit. Because if it's up in the air, it stresses the neck muscles. So 3 things to remember briefly. Stillness in the body, relaxation in the mind, but together with that relaxation, a sense of being very alert and awake. Like Shantideva says, we have to keep an eye on what's going on. We can't afford to just drift off into sleep or into just daydreaming. So now, how do we make this mad elephant mind calm? By, first of all, bringing the attention simply to the fact that you are breathing. Not to the fact, but to the actual sensation, okay? As you breathe in and out, naturally, you will feel a sensation at your nostrils. Especially if you take a few deep breaths first to bring your attention there, okay? Take a few deep breaths. And you can feel a sensation at your nostrils. Or if that's difficult, you can at least be aware of the sensation of at your nabi, your abdomen. The stomach is kind of, your abdomen is moving in and out, yeah? It's contracting and expanding as you breathe in and out. You can be aware of that also. So just bring your attention to that process. Either the breath at the nostril or that movement at the abdomen. Just gently bring your attention there. When I say gently, you have to focus, but do it without tension. Yeah, very relaxed, but alert. And let there be a sense of letting go and releasing as you breathe out. Be aware of each in-breath and the sensation, and each out-breath. If a thought comes, that's fine. Thoughts will come, but don't follow it. Don't get involved with it. Just let it go. Let it go and bring your attention back to the breath. Don't let it wander. Bring the attention back to the breath. Sensation of breath. Mind will wander again and again. No problem. Be alert. Be aware that it happened. Don't get involved with any thought process. Bring it back immediately to awareness of breath. Sensation of breath. The key is not to identify with any thought process. Just see it as you would look at a bubble or a cloud in the sky. Let it go. Come back to the breath. In fact, these thoughts are just like little bubbles or small clouds wandering around in the vast sky of our mind. You don't need to get involved or upset by them. However, whatever the thought is, just let it go. Back to the breath. We train our mind as we would train a young child or a puppy dog, with patience and relaxed mind, without expectation. So that's the basic practice. You can practice for 5 minutes. I wouldn't do more than 5 minutes in the beginning. Reason being, if you do more than 5 minutes, you'll find you get restless. You might start, anything started like this, you should do small session at the beginning. Your mind is not used to doing longer. Also, you'll find you get sleepy, and so the point is not to get sleepy. The point is to be very alert, although relaxed. So that's the key, really, putting together relaxation but also being very alert. Because if you're tense, you can't actually focus properly, and you just get tired, and your mind will get stressed and unhappy. So that's not the point. So relaxation, but also alert, awake. Buddha, the word Buddha actually means someone who is completely awake. So we're trying to wake up out of our ignorance. And we can't do it if we are stressed. So we need combination of relaxed but alert. So practice that. 5 minutes. And then take a break. If you feel like doing another 5 minutes, do another 5 minutes at home. And if people are noisy in the day, then you have to become someone who practices at night, which you're already used to because you've been students. And students love staying awake at night, right? So you just you just change the topic from maths and commerce, history to meditation. But you have to get up before you get bored, because then you should enjoy doing the practice if you can. So don't sit for a long time, 5 minutes. Have an alarm. Smartphones have all these lovely tunes. Have a 5-minute alarm. Get up, walk around for a few minutes if you need, then sit again if you want for 5 minutes. Don't do more than that for now. Have a text. There's a lot of good things online. You can look up Shantideva online, print out a few verses if it's nice. Then later, if you're interested, you can get the book. Shantideva, Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Very nice. It's practical advice for being a happy, good human being. You don't have to think, oh, I have to be a Buddhist. Nothing like that. One shouldn't think like that. The main thing is to be a good human being. It doesn't matter you're Buddhist or whether you have long hair or no hair like me. It doesn't matter. These are external things. भीतर में देखना है, भीतर में क्या हो रहा है, कौन बैठे हैं, शैतान बैठे हैं या कौन बैठे हैं, ये देखना है. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Have a good weekend. Wise weekend.